Ready to test your Shawshank Redemption knowledge? Smash that subscribe button, and let's see if you can escape with a perfect score. Let's get started. Which Stephen King novella was The Shawshank Redemption based on? The Green Mile, Different Seasons, Rita Hayworth, and Shawshank Redemption, or The Body? Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. How many Academy Award nominations did the film receive in 1995? 5, 7, 9, or 3? 7. What was Morgan Freeman's screen time as Red in the film? 1 hour 45 minutes, 2 hours 2 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes, or 2 hours 15 minutes? Two hours 2 minutes. How many years of filming did it take to show Andy's escape tunnel progress? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years? Five years. What was the film's opening weekend box office in the United States? $727,327, $2.4 million, $1.1 million, or $3.3 million? $727,327. Despite its modest opening, the film went on to gross over $58 million worldwide and became one of the most rented films of 1995. Which prison was used for the exterior shots of Shawshank State Prison? Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, Sing Sing Correctional Facility, Ohio State Reformatory, or Eastern State Penitentiary? Ohio State Reformatory. What was Tim Robbins' method for appearing expressionless during his prison stays? Method acting techniques, meditation before scenes, focusing his eyes on a fixed point, or wearing contact lenses? Focusing his eyes on a fixed point. How many takes did it take to get the scene right where Andy's chess piece falls? 1, 5, 12, or 8? 1. What was the original proposed budget for the film? $15 million, $25 million, $35 million, or $45 million? $25 million. Which famous actor was originally considered for the role of Andy Dufresne? Harrison Ford, Paul Newman, Tom Hanks, or Kevin Costner? Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks had to pass on the role due to his commitment to Forrest Gump, which was filming at the same time. How long did it take to shoot the iconic sewage tunnel escape scene? 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month? 1 week. What was the actual length of the sewage tunnel Andy crawled through? 500 feet, 750 feet, 1,000 feet, or 250 feet? 500 feet. How many times does Red go before the parole board in the film? 2, 5, 3, or 4? 3. What was the name of Andy's wife's lover? Glenn Hartford, Glenn Quentin, Glenn Rogers, or Glenn Marcus? Glenn Quentin. How much money did Andy steal from Ward and Norton? $240,000, $270,000, $370,000, or $470,000? $370,000. This sum would be equivalent to over $700,000 in 2024, adjusted for inflation. What was Red's real first name in the film? Ellis, Richard, Elmore, or Edwin? Ellis. How many years did Andy spend in Shawshank prison? 18 years, 22 years, 19 years, or 25 years? "19 years." What was the first thing Andy asked Red to get him from the outside? Rita Hayworth poster, rock hammer, chess set, or Bible? Rock hammer. What brand of beer do the inmates drink while tarring the root? Stroh's, Budweiser, Miller, or Pabst? Stroh's. How many takes did the rooftop beer scene require? 8, 12, 15, or 20? 15. The scene was particularly challenging because the actors had to maintain continuity while appearing progressively more relaxed as they drank. What was the budget for marketing the film upon its initial release? $16 million, $20 million, $25 million, or $30 million? $16 million. How many minutes into the film does Andy speak his first line? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 18 minutes, or 25 minutes? 18 minutes. What was the original runtime of the first cut of the film? 2 hours 15 minutes, 2 hours 30 minutes, 2 hours 42 minutes, or 3 hours? 2 hours, 42 minutes. Which famous director visited the set during filming? Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, or Robert Zemeckis? Steven Spielberg. What was the working title of the film during production? The Prison Years, Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption, Hope Springs Eternal, or The Walls of Shawshank? Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. The title was changed to simply The Shawshank Redemption because the studio feared audiences would think it was a Rita Hayworth biopic. How many prison cells were built for the film's set? 15, 25, 35, or 45? 25. What was the temperature during the filming of the rain scene when Andy escapes? 45 Fahrenheit, 40 Fahrenheit, 35 Fahrenheit, or 50 Fahrenheit? 40 Fahrenheit. How many pages was Frank Darabont's original screenplay? 85, 95, 127, or 144? 127. What year did Red first go to prison according to the film? 1027, 1932, 1937, or 1942? 1927. How many times was the movie shown on TNT in 1997? 25, 35, 151, or 127? 151. This frequent broadcasting helped establish the film's popularity and cult following after its modest theatrical release. What was Brooks' pet crow's name? Jake, Jim, Jack, or Jerry? Jake! How long did it take to film the scene where Andy plays the opera record? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days? 3 days. What was the actual location of the tree and rock wall where Red finds Andy's letter? Maine, Vermont, Ohio, or New Hampshire? Ohio. How many different Rita Hayworth posters were created for the film? 2, 3, 4, or 5? 4. What was the filming duration for the entire movie? 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, or 20 weeks? 12 weeks. The relatively short shooting schedule was achieved through careful pre-production planning and minimal reshoots. How many extras were used in the prison yard scenes? 200, 300, 400, or 500? 300. What was the diameter of Andy's tunnel? 6 feet, 5 feet, 7 feet, or 8 feet? 6 feet. How many pounds of weight did Tim Robbins lose for the early prison scenes? 20, 30, 25, or 35? 30. What was the actual length of the rope used in Brooks' suicide scene? 5 feet, 7 feet, 9 feet, or 11 feet? 7 feet. How many takes were needed for the scene where Andy and Red meet for the first time in the prison yard? 5, 7, 9, or 11? 9. Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins deliberately avoided rehearsing together to maintain the awkwardness of their characters' first meeting. What was the temperature of the water in the sewage tunnel scene? 55 Fahrenheit, 60 Fahrenheit, 65 Fahrenheit, or 70 Fahrenheit? 55 Fahrenheit. How many prison guards were featured in the main cast? 5, 6, 7, or 8? 'What was the duration of Morgan Freeman's recording sessions for the narration? 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days? 3 days. How many different prison uniforms were created for Andy's character? 8, 12, 15, or 18? 12. What was the actual height of the prison walls in the film? 40 feet, 45 feet, 50 feet, or 55 feet? 40 feet. The walls were enhanced with visual effects in some shots to appear more imposing. How many copies of Andy's Bible were created for filming? 3, 4, 5, or 6? 5. What was the actual running time of the opera scene in the final cut? 4 minutes 15 seconds, 3 minutes 45 seconds, 5 minutes 30 seconds, or 2 minutes 50 seconds? 4 minutes 15 seconds. How many different prison cells did Andy occupy during his stay? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 2. What was the final number of shooting days for Morgan Freeman's scenes? 10 days, 12 days, 14 days, or 16 days? 14 days. And the last one, how many takes were required for the final beach scene in Ziwataneisho? 3, 5, 4, or 7? 4. The scene was actually filmed in the US Virgin Islands as the real Ziwataneisho didn't match the pristine beach description in the script. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know your choices in the comments below.